Hey Scentsy fans, thanks for joining me again for another episode of Scent Scores. If you are just new to my channel or just tuning in for the very first time, just to give you a quick recap, I am doing a little video series called Scent Scores. So what I do is I take one of the fragrances from our 2017-2018 fall winter catalog, and I basically, I guess it is my personal review on it, as well as I read you the scent descriptions. I'm not going in any particular order. I'm just basically picking whichever. I'm trying to alternate them between new release, returning fall and winter fragrances, from our holiday collection to our classics, to the Darling and Dashing. I'm just trying to alternate it and keep it fresh that way, but no particular order. I warm 1 cube in a 600 square foot room with the same warmer every time. It's a 25 watt bulb warmer, and I basically give you a little bit of an in-depth review of how well the fragrance performed. So yeah, this scent score video is going to be about Vanilla Ode. There was a lot of hype about this when it was first announced at Family Reunion. Everyone went crazy. If you're not really into like perfume cologne fragrance trends, you might not know too much about the Ode fragrance, but it's been pretty popular for almost a decade-ish. Maybe not quite 10 years. I'd say for sure 7 to 8 years in Europe, and definitely catching on and maintaining pretty well here in North America for at least 5 or 6 years. So yeah, Scentsy decided for the first time to include it in one of our home fragrances. So the scent notes here say sweet vanilla grounded by leather and earthy oud wood. So for anyone who's not familiar with oud wood or what the oud fragrance is, it's a scent that actually comes from a tropical tree. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, it's pronounced agar, an agar tree. They believe this specimen of tree originated in India. And this is going to sound so terrible and probably turn you off if you've never experienced it in a fragrance like cologne before. But what oud is when the tree's infected with a certain parasitic mold, it produces like this dense, dark, fragrant, not pus, like a resin sap kind of stuff. And that's the source of what, like, that's it, that's oud. So parasitic mold. Do you want to order some of these bars yet? Okay, so don't let that turn you off, because it's, I guess you could say it's an acquired, or maybe not even. I mean, it's like big name people are making this into like top selling colognes, perfumes. Like for instance, Tom Ford has 2 or 3. I know there's one called Oud Wood, Noir de Noir. Those are both Tom Fords. I think they have a third one. I don't know the name off the top of my head. Versace has one called Eau de Noir. Christian Dior. What? Christian Dior. Leather Oud. Christian Dior does Leather Oud. Dolce & Gabbana is my favorite, and it's the Velvet Desert Oud. I know Ralph Lauren does one called Supreme Oud. Hugo Boss does one. I've never smelt it, but it's like Boss Bottled Oud, or Bottled something like that anyways. So don't let like parasitic mold rotten tree turn you off, because this is a thing. Like, this has been in colognes for going on 10 years now over here, but this has also been a fragrance trend in the Middle East for a bajillion years. So, I mean, Tom Ford and all of these designer people by no means invented the wheel. People have been using this, as well as incense and sandalwood and other different naturally derived ingredients in the Middle East to make perfumes since the beginning of time. So that's a little background on what oud is, in case you weren't aware. And depending on the specimen, like where the tree was grown, how the infection happened, whether or not it was cultivated or whether or not the tree caught this parasitic mold naturally, alters the oud and the fragrance of the oud, right? So it can be described as like warm, woody, and even damp rot smell to smoky and sweet. I'd say this is definitely on the warm, smoky, sweet side. And I'm not sure that I'd recommend this to anyone who's hypersensitive to strong fragrances, because the oud, I find any oud, depending on what else is, or what else it's blended with, oud can be a very intoxicating scent. So to get back to the bar here, I put this in the warmer and I could smell it. And I mean, not just hints of it. I could smell it. Like, bam! Hits you right in the face. 12, 15 minutes tops after I put this in the warmer. It wasn't even liquefied. The majority of the cube was still solid. And I'm only putting 1 cube in 125 watt warmer in a fairly decent sized room. And this has really high ceilings. It's 2 levels. You know, there's, as you can see, 3 closets, like, and literally every corner of this room smelled like this. It had, I'd say, a good 12 to 18 foot throw. I mean, this is a top performer. And just to give you a little background, I had somebody who subscribes to my videos tell me recently, I was talking about how much I love Scentsy's retired Autumn Blaze Maple. And she said, oh, I ordered that, and on cold sniff, I loved it. I too was really excited about it. But the second I started warming it, it gave me the worst migraine of my life. Like, not just she got a migraine, lay down for a little bit. She was down and out for days. Like, this induced a wicked headache for her. I had never had that happen to me before with a Scentsy bar. Especially this one. I'm like, oh my god, this is my favorite fall fragrance of all time. I feel so bad for you. I love it so much. I even have the Autumn Blaze Maple scent pack in my Fallon the Fox buddy. It's my all-time favorite scent, and like, look at him. He is so cute for fall. We have the same glasses, so why not? So yeah, I had never had that happen to me, and it was a funny thing. We were having this discussion in the comments on YouTube, and guess what gave me a raging headache probably 3 hours into having this warming. And not a migraine, but a raging headache. So for a lot of the times when I do my scent score videos, I'll leave the wax on for extended periods of time and just stir it a little bit. But with Vanilla Oud, it is so sweet, so strong, and so intoxicating. As much as I do like the fragrance, it gave me a headache. It was just too much to leave on nonstop. I had to turn it on and turn it off, usually for like 3-4 hours at a time. But one cube, ladies and gentlemen, just one, lasted me 28 hours. Okay, 28 hours times 8. That is so much bang for your buck. Okay, again, if you can find an $8 candle that's going to last that long, put the link down below, because I want to see a candle that'll last that long. And I mean, even after 28 hours, it was still giving probably about a 6 to 8 foot throw to it. Wasn't by any means as strong as it was when I first started warming it, but that's what's taken me so long to film another scent score videos, is because this one was literally killing it. Like, this was the scent that was never going to die. So I'm like, oh man, please, are you done yet? But this is going to be a terrible review, because between parasitic mold and me telling you that it gives me a headache, you're probably like, I'm never, ever, ever going to buy that. So if you have a Scentsy consultant, tell them that you want to smell the tester. If you're not familiar with oud in like a fragrance, cologne, tell them that you want to smell the tester before you order it. Or if you do like oud in men's cologne or other oud woody fragrances, definitely order it. If you like oud, you'll love this. I'd say, as far as performance is concerned, this is an 8 out of 10 for me. Great throw. You can smell it right away, and lasted forever. In my opinion, almost lasted too long. The scent, if you like oud, you're going to love this. But to me, on cold sniff or warming, I couldn't smell the leather that's claimed in the scent notes. It was vanilla, leather, and oud wood. And in my personal opinion, I think this would be a lot better if they amped the vanilla about double. Like if they doubled up the vanilla in this, just because the oud is super overpowering. And I love Scentsy's classic vanilla. Just Scentsy knows how to do it with vanilla. There's a lot of really crappy artificial, and I know it's an artificial fragrance, but Scentsy's vanilla is just the best, the best, the best, the best. And I find it's an excellent way to tone down some of these intoxicating scents. I wouldn't want to add simply vanilla to this. That would be interesting to see what people are going to mix this with. But in my opinion, I think Scentsy could have, I don't even care about leather, but if they amped the vanilla in this, I think I would enjoy it quite a bit more. So, yeah, performance, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. On the fragrance, if this is just oud wood, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. But because it's supposed to be vanilla oud, I'm going to give it about a 6 out of 10. Not enough vanilla in this one for me. So this is my episode of Scent Scores for Vanilla Oud. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. If you like this, if you've tried this, what else? If there's a fragrance you would like me to cover in these videos, yeah. Vanilla Oud. It is what it is, folks. I recommend it. Definitely, definitely, if you're considering it, ask your local consultant to have a whiff of her tester to see if you like it, you know, before you splurge. But if you like oud, I'm telling you, this is definitely the bar for you. So if you like these videos, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell for future notifications, and join me on Facebook. I will have all of my links down below. I'd love to chat with you And quick reminder, we only have 1 day left to sign up and join my Scentsy team for half price, $64 Canadian, $49 US. I would love, love, love to be able to work with you and have you on my team. So that's it for Sarah's Scent Scores. Bye.